Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, July 19th.
I normally would be in favor of a complete millage rollback. That would mean zero increases on your property tax. However, in this case, it's nothing but a cheap political trick. And it's basically, we're going to give you a break here, but then we're going to shove it over here and take the money back from you.
Palm Coast Vice Mayor Ed Danko's comments generate applause Tuesday at a city council meeting where residents came out to express their anger over a new franchise fee that could show up on their electric bill. Revenue generated from the tax would go towards road improvements. The decision comes as council voted to slash the property tax rate by a substantial amount, but that didn't quell residents.
The city's proposing a franchise fee, but let's call it what it really is, and I'm glad that so many other people have noticed that it is a tax. And they're trying to chicken out behind a fancy label, hoping that people will not notice the trickery.
Do you believe the other councils were stupid to reject that franchise tax? No, they were just as smart as you and probably smarter.
I think it's all smoke and mirrors. There's no point in doing an actual rollback rate if you're going to give us supposedly reduced taxes and then on the other hand take it away and increase fees.
Danko and Councilman Nick Kloufis sparred over the measure, with the city's attorney calling for decorum.
Is this an exercise, Councilman Danko?
It is an exercise.
It's an exercise in us trying to come to a joint decision on how we pass a budget that supplies enough funds to be able to take care of the things that are in this city.
What we've done
You're
is
here
put the
grandstanding, talking about things that you want to improve. Yes, you
I'm
are.
doing
Let
your
me finish
job.
my sentence.
I'm doing your job
No,
that you
you're not.
failed to do since you've been on council.
City council members.
Well, you have, Nick. You have.
Excuse me. I need to step in here.
I mean, you started the back and forth with me.
No,
Excuse
you allowed
me.
me a chance to
We
speak,
have
and you
rules of
interrupted.
decorum
Yeah, we
in
do.
this chamber.
We do. You don't
And I
run this
would
chamber,
employ-
so I'm going to continue.
I am your legal counsel, and I know
I'm telling
what the
you
rules
to
of
cease
procedures
and
are.
desist, and let us hash this out. We're talking about the people's money here. Now, Nick, you drew me into the conversation, but if you want to finish your comments, please. But don't ask me a question in the middle of it, because I will answer you.
Okay, and I will accept your response, and we can have very much a conversation back and forth, correct? This is an exercise in 5 council members trying to come to a budget to take care of the city's infrastructure, which for 1,000 different reasons, which I'm sure we can all enumerate. Number one, our city has a ton more roads than every other city our size just because of our sprawl. So we are stuck in a position where we have to maintain hundreds more miles of cities, our geographical space. That's true, but it's a problem that we're here to try to discuss to figure out, right?
The fee received initial approval in a 3-2 vote, with Danko and Hyder voting no, and will be confirmed again in 2 weeks. The council's proposed plan empowers voters to determine through a non-binding ballot initiative the exact percentage of the new franchise fee they're willing to support. This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley is appointed to a prestigious security board.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley's been appointed to Florida's Private Investigation, Recovery, and Security Advisory Council, PERSAC, by Florida Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson to fill the law enforcement position on the board. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
PERSAC provides guidance and advice to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Affairs on the needs of the security industry, whether that is private security, private investigators, the repo man, recovery teams.
Sheriff Staley's term will expire on June 30th, 2027. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Why was Marineland Studios built here in Florida and not in California back in the day?
Taryn McGinnis with Marineland Dolphin Adventures said that Florida made sense for a very good reason.
The California coast is rugged and wild and big, steep cliffs and a lot more difficult to build on. And we needed to be able to pull in ocean water through pipes that were actually going to be built and set under the beach, go all the way out into the ocean, past the low tide line, and then connect up to the facility.
McGinnis said that would never have happened in California. And besides, Jacksonville and St. Augustine were big players in the movie industry in the 1930s. The Business Report is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10, and it's on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.